Yan yan.
Hello, everybody. Welcome in to Rounding Third. That's right, the Triple Threats Baseball Show is back just ahead of opening day. We are here to break it all down for you. Everything that you're going to need to know as the baseball season rapidly approaches. The Yankees taking on the Giants. First pitch on the new season is tomorrow night. I have with me my friend, co-host, and baseball expert, Hayden Raymer, to help us out on Rounding Third. How are you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing all right. How are you, Jeremy?
I'm doing good. I'm ready to get into it because let me tell you, there are 30 teams we need to cover, and I don't trust us to be short on any of them.
No.
Which is excellent news if you enjoy baseball, which is what you're here for. You clicked on this because you're here to listen to us talk and yap all about baseball. So let's just get right into it. 30 teams, 30 over-unders, 30 potential teams that could lift the World Series trophy. Let's kick it off with the AL East. This is one of those divisions, Hayden, that really could be one of the more fascinating ones. The Red Sox are interesting this year. I really like the way that their pitching staff is going. They've got a lot of young talent. The Orioles were really good a couple years ago, had an off year, continue to build up, have some intriguing talent if they can stay healthy. The Yankees have Aaron Judge. The Blue Jays just went to the World Series, and the Rays are always the Rays. This AL East could be a bloodbath, or it could be a cakewalk. It's always 50-50 with this one.
Yeah, no, I mean absolutely. I think this is probably one of the more stacked divisions in baseball right now. Obviously, not the Blue Jays, the Orioles. The season didn't quite go the way they expected. They ended up going under 500, but on paper, they still have all of that young talent that everybody's been loving for the past 4 seasons. And like you mentioned, the Yankees have Aaron Judge, and really, as long as you have Aaron Judge, you're gonna be in the hunt for playoffs. He's one of the few bats that can actually carry a team.
Which, that's all you need. Aaron Judge, one of the best hitters of all time, up there, which is crazy, because he started late, but he's very, very good at baseball. Let's kick this off with the Orioles, though. The local-ish team made some big changes. They made a trade for Taylor Ward to add to that outfield depth. They brought in Pete Alonso as a free agent, their big acquisition. Those are the two new pieces that are really going to help with the offensive side of the ball. They bring in Shane Baz in a trade from the Rays, and they sign Chris Bassett to their pitching staff here. Some improvements. I would have liked them to dive a little bit deeper into the pitching staff, but you look at a rotation of Trevor Rogers, who was really, really good last season, Kyle Bradish, Shane Baz, Chris Bassett, and Zach Eflin. That's not the worst rotation in the world for a team that I thought needed a lot of help with it.
No, absolutely not. And I mean, that's without mentioning, they went out and got the Cardinals' old closer, Ryan Helsley, who just throws 100 and is just, was one of the best relievers in baseball last year. So, I mean, just all across the board, in every facet of their game, they've improved. Uh, you would think, maybe they would have been a little bit more active on the trade market just because they still have such a surplus of position players, especially in that outfield, which is already starting to get really crowded. Uh, but they improved over last year. On paper, it's just can they actually put it together? That's kind of the issue last season as well, where looks really good on paper, but they didn't quite put it all together.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at an Orioles team that last year went 75-87, finished last place in that AL East. This year, their over-under win is set at 85.5. So that's 10 wins better than they were last year. And they made a lot of moves. Like, they brought in Pete Alonso, right? That's a big move for them. They brought in, Taylor Ward to help with that offensive side. They brought in some arms, but this is not a team that I necessarily think got 10 wins better. I love that Ryan Helsley's signing to help in the back end, But is this a team that really got that much better? Were injuries that big of an issue for their team last year? What are you looking at? How much of an improvement can the Orioles make?
I mean, I think it's definitely plausible, right? Were they, winning 85 games? I think you're really relying on Pete Alonso's bat to just stay like Pete Alonso. Um, there's just I have my concerns where just with the he's aging, he's already over 31. Uh, and some of the bat to ball skills, some of the power numbers have already started to slowly decline. Where I don't think necessarily year one is where we're going to see that dramatic drop off. Uh, but I'm a little concerned long term there. I I think they could do it. I mean, Pete Gunnar Henderson, Samuel Basallo, Taylor Ward. That's a pretty good four guys in your lineup where you count on them to maybe carry you over. I think I like that four better than, other teams in this division.
Absolutely. I mean, there are a lot of. I mean, on paper, this Orioles team is there. It is.
Yeah.
There's a reason that this at least this core ish won 100 games a couple years ago. We're not that far removed from that team. Now
No.
there's a new manager. There's some changes. Obviously, it's not the exact same squad, but this is a solid Orioles team that I think could do some damage. 85 wins, kind of a little high for them. I might lean a little bit underneath that, but I think an 80 win kind of season would be well within the grasp of this squad.
Yeah, I think 85 is kind of a fair line. I'm not gonna lie. Is this where we're saying if we're taking the over or the under,
Yeah,
or
this is your call. What are you sitting
this
at
is
with
my
with
call?
O's?
So this is not gambling advice. I'm gonna
Of course
preface it with
not.
that.
No gambling
Please,
here.
please don't listen to what I'm saying here. Uh, I would take the over.
Okay, I like it. I like it. Let's move around this division
What
a
about you,
little bit
Jeremy?
here, huh?
What about you? Are you
I'm
taking the
taking
over
the
or the
under.
under?
I think 85 is a little high for them.
Okay.
I like this team. I do, but 85. The wins have to come from a lot of places, and this division is really good. The Tampa Bay Rays next up here. They went 77 and 85 last year, 2 games better than that Orioles team. And the Rays just always have a way to win, right? You look at a team that just finds a way every single year. It's this Tampa Bay Rays team. Now, they weren't quite able to do it last year, but led by, again, Jonathan Aranda at first base, Yandy Diaz, Junior Caminero, of course. This is a team with its pitching staff, if they can stay healthy, which is always an issue for them, that is going to surprise a lot of people. What's your read on this Rays team?
I mean, I think the any conversation about the Rays for 2026 begins and ends with Shane McClanahan gonna give them a sizable amount of innings. Didn't throw for them at all last year, I believe. Um, and I mean, the lineup is gonna be the lineup. You mentioned Junior, Yandy Diaz, Jonathan Aranda, who's the big breakout for them. They're gonna be there and they're gonna put up good numbers. But it's the Rays are historically, their depth is their strong suit. But they still need those top end arms to be healthy if they're going to go ahead and win this division or be in playoff contention at the very least.
Well, is this a team that has playoff hopes this year? Because they haven't made it in the last couple seasons, and they always have that aura of we're almost there. We're gonna find a way to do it. But is that kind of wearing off? Like how long can you really just piece things together until it's just not gonna work anymore?
I mean, I think they have got a lot of good pieces. I mean, it's one of those teams where in any other division or if you put this team in like the NL Central, I would feel pretty good about them making the playoffs. It's just in the division that they're playing. I really do believe very highly of the talent that they have at the top end here. And they have, a few, players in the minors who are pretty close to the majors where they could probably make an impact for them. Um, but then again, I mean, they also just traded away like half their infield. Uh, And they on paper, they've traded away a lot of talent this offseason. It's just can they the guys that get back, can they contribute right away? And I think that's kind of the what's the word, the benchmark, but that's the thing that will determine, I guess, uh, if this is going to be a good season for them.
Yeah, the Rays always have this piecemeal, and I'm not going to go so low on them that I think they'll be the worst, but I don't know how much better they got this offseason. Health, obviously a huge thing. You brought up McClanahan. He has not had a healthy season in the last 3 seasons, so that's going to be huge for them. They've traded away a lot of their other great pieces, but they've got the bats. Caminero's exciting. Aranda is really solid, one of the more underrated first basemen in the game. Rays line is set at 76.5, Hayden. Are you going over or under here?
Taking the over.
Okay. I like it. I'll also take the over. I think they can do at least what they did last season. Hoping that their health luck is a little bit better, and I think that'll make a little bit of a difference. Let's go to the Boston Red Sox here. They're interesting. The big acquisition for them, obviously, they go out and they get Ranger Suarez to add to a now stacked pitching rotation, right? That's not the biggest one for you? Garrett Crochet, Sonny Gray, Connolly Early, Ranger Suarez, Brian Bayo. That is one of the best pitching rotations in the whole game.
I agree. I would say, the acquisition from earlier in the offseason, getting Sonny Gray is probably going to be the bigger one for me. Or even, Wilson Contreras, Cardinals teammate. I think those two are the big acquisitions for me, not Ranger Suarez.
I don't know. Ranger Suarez is like a top 10 pitcher in the game right now. Yes, he is.
Name.
I can't.
Name them all. Name the top 10 then, with him in it.
With him in it. All right. Let's do a little bit of work here. Look, Paul Skeens, Tariq Skubal.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
We'll go Garrett Crochet is up there somewhere.
Yep.
We'll go
You want some help?
I do want some help. You're putting me on the spot.
Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
Yep.
Would you put him up there?
I would.
What about after the year Max Fried had? Do you need me to remind you the season Max Fried had?
Sure.
195 innings pitched, a 2.86 ERA, a 3.07 FIP. Again, almost 200 innings of that kind of run prevention. No.
I don't think so.
What about
Zach Wheeler is up there.
Zach Wheeler. What about Christopher Sanchez, his teammate in Philly? The guy who almost won the Cy Young last year. He was Cy Young runner-up.
He can be up there.
Okay. What about the eternal workhorse Logan Webb, who had 207 innings?
He puts up a lot of innings, but is he
a 260 FIP or 2.6 FIP and 3.22 ERA?
Pound for pound, is he a better pitcher? I don't know.
Are we talking about the same Ranger Suarez?
Yeah, I would assume so. Unless we're talking about different Ranger Suarez's.
I don't know if pound for pound Ranger Suarez. Ranger Suarez was like.
You know what? I think I was thinking of Christopher Sanchez.
I think you are thinking of Christopher Sanchez, because Ranger Suarez was like the 3 for the Phillies.
I was definitely thinking of Christopher Sanchez.
You were okay. I even go to the over to Seattle, where I'd probably put Brian Wu, Logan Gilbert.
It's a lot of guys.
George Kirby in a good year.
I still think
Peralta.
he's a very big acquisition for this team. You add that to again. You take a look at this pitching staff, Hayden. Like, it's going to be enough on its own to win 70 games. Like, and that's not to mention what they have in the lineup. Like, Roman Anthony has really come into his own. They add Wilson Contreras in a trade. I really, really like this Boston Red Sox team, and I've been a fan of this Red Sox team for a couple years now. They haven't quite lived up to expectations, but I mean, 89-73 last year. They made the playoffs. I think this could be a year where the Red Sox finally take that next leap.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. I the Trevor Story situation is a little strange to me. Like I'm just not a big Trevor Story guy. Um, I would interested to see. Do you think he ends the season with the Red Sox as a starting shortstop?
Starting shortstop? I
Yeah, I
think
would
there's a
say he would stay on the
chance.
team, but
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they trade him away. I think you could see him potentially get moved to like a DH kind of role, um, some along those lines. But I would be shocked if they traded him away.
well, I meant, do you think they trade for somebody else and they move him into like a more of a bench role?
I could see it. I think it depends a lot on how he plays, especially early season. Like,
Yeah.
this isn't a guy that I'm gonna ride or die for if I'm on the Red Sox, right? Trevor Story is not the guy that I'm like, you know what? He's my shortstop and he's my shortstop forever. I would be fine if I have to make a move, whether that be putting him more as a platoon role or whether that be switching him straight to a DH over there. His defense isn't the reason he's on the team, right? He's there to hit home runs. And I mean,
Yeah.
his glove is fine. It's not like a negative, but it's not the reason that the Red Sox are paying him as much money as they are.
Which it's funny because that's like that was his calling card when he was with the Rockies, was his defense. And that was like, that was like the thing. It was like, oh yeah, he's a good glove, blah 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 blah. Yeah, no, I mean, I think the Red Sox are a pretty good team. You know.
I'm all in on this Red Sox team. Their line is set at 87.5, and I'm going over there. Uh,
Yeah.
it's a lot of wins. That's like a lot of wins. But I mean, this is a team that basically did that last season. 89 wins. I think they got better than last year. And I mean, the Orioles
They did
aren't
lose
hitting their
Bregman.
85, so
They did lose Bregman
they did lose Bregman.
and Rob
I
Reifsnyder.
I that was the Bregman loss is big, but I mean, like, they went and got Durbin, who can help with the defensive side, and they have more offense. They have enough offense. They had Contreras to help with the
That's
offensive
huge.
side.
Yeah.
So like
He
they kind of
is
get
big
it
for
in
them.
the aggregate. You know what I mean?
Okay, Jonah Hill.
That's what can I say? What can I say? I'm all about my money ball.
Yeah.
The
All right,
Yankees
Jeremy,
here.
who's next?
The Yankees here are next because they have Aaron Judge on their squad, and as long as you have Aaron Judge on your squad, Hayden, you have a chance to be very, very good. They'll make the playoffs. I consistently look at this team and say, yeah, this team isn't it. And then consistently, this team is it because Aaron Judge can just hit 70 home runs. They have Ben Rice come out of nowhere last year. This lineup is solid. I mean, I would like to see them do more in the offseason. They didn't really make many changes, but this is a team that, won 94 games last year.
I mean, they did add Ryan Weathers to the rotation. And otherwise, it is pretty much running it back. They did let Devin Williams walk, but and I think is Volpe starting in on the IR or the
There's a
IL?
couple injuries. I don't think Garrett
Yeah.
Cole is going to start the season.
No.
Volpe is a little bit injured, but like they're going to play. It's not like they're out the whole
Yeah.
game. So this team is fine. The Yankees will be fine. They're always fine. 90.5 is the win total, and I'm going to take the under because I just don't believe in this Yankees team. But they're going to be fine. They're going to be just fine, Hayden, and I'm going to have egg on my face yet again.
Yeah. I'm gonna take the over.
Last team in this division, the Blue Jays. AL pennant winning Blue Jays. Taking the Dodgers to 7 games, Blue Jays. This is a good Blue Jays squad. Obviously, obviously they went to the World Series last year, so you have to be a good squad to make it to the World Series. They kind of put it all together. I was calling for 2 seasons ago them to blow it up because I thought they had missed their window, but then all of a sudden they go on this magical run down the stretch of the season, and they figure it out. Hayden, how
Yeah.
real is that last third of the season plus the playoffs for this Blue Jays team?
I don't know, how real do you think George Springer's age 36 season resurgence was?
Fake.
Because if you don't think that was very real, then I don't think you're gonna believe in this Blue Jays team in 2026. I mean, hey, did they added Kazuma Akamoto, added Jesus Sanchez, to guys who would hope are gonna be pretty decent bats for them. Ernie Clement's probably not gonna get 18 hits in 4 or 5 games every single series. But he might again.
I mean,
You
it's
know,
been done before.
he's done it before. Surely he can do it. Every series of the entire season. Uh, I mean, if you're looking at a team to kind of take a step back, I think you're looking at this one. Is that a hot take?
I don't think
Am I
so.
wrong to say that?
They went on a run. Like they were red hot last year down the stretch, and then of course they took that into the playoffs. This is a Blue Jays team that also won 94 games last year, won their division, went to the World Series, won the AL pennant. They're just old. They're old.
Yeah. And they
Like
just added Dylan Cease.
Dylan Cease is good. The pitching rotation is fine, but and if you're looking at this pitching rotation like 5 years ago, oh my God, this pitching rotation is a murderer's row, right? You've got Kevin Gausman, who's 35. You got Dylan Cease. You've got Max Scherzer. On the IL right now, you've got Jose Barrios and Shane Bieber, right? Like, think about this team 5 years ago, and oh my God, this is a World Series team. But that's not how Father Time works, and they're going to be fine. But I'm not taking them to win more than 88 games this year.
88 is the line.
Yeah.
I'll take the over.
Oh my God, Hayden, which team is falling so far off a cliff that they're going to go under here? There's only enough games to go around.
We'll figure it out.
All right, Hayden, give me your AL East order real quick, and we'll move on.
My AL East order.
1 to 5.
1 to 5. It's tough. That's tough. I'm probably gonna put O's at the bottom. Then we're gonna put the Rays. Then we're gonna put the Blue Jays, Red Sox, Yankees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. I like your order. I'm pretty much on the same page. I'm going O's, Rays, or O's, Blue Jays, Rays. Then we'll go with the Yankees and then the Red Sox at the top of the list there. But let's continue on our East Coast over here. We're East Coast guys. East Coast guys born and raised, of course. So let's head over to the NL and let's start off. Huh?
No, you've thrown me off, Jeremy.
What have I thrown you off?
You said we're gonna stick with the sub leagues, and now we're going. We're swapping we're staying geographic, and I gotta pull up my notes for the different teams. It's okay. Keep going, Jeremy.
All
It's
right,
okay.
whatever.
I'm
We're
stalling for
gonna
time.
start
It's
with
fine.
Atlanta here. Look, this is an Atlanta Braves team, Hayden, that has been again very injury prone. Like, this is a team that at 190 games got hurt, and was continuing to and will continue to get hurt. Once again, suspended Jurickson Profar. He's not playing again. He has not played a game in an Atlanta Braves uniform, and I don't think he will, which is a shame because they're paying him a lot of money.
That just feels wrong.
What?
He literally played like 80 games with them last year, Jeremy.
He got suspended for PEDs like halfway through, like 2 games into the season.
Yeah, but he wasn't suspended for 162 games.
And then he got hurt.
He played. I'm telling you, he played 2025 with Atlanta. Played in his age 32 season. Played 80 games.
Good for him.
Had a 122 WRC plus.
Good for him. He's out for the whole year.
Okay.
We can count it as an injury
Okay.
for them, because that's kind of going to be the story of this team, right? How is Spencer Strider in year 2 coming back from his injury going to be? He's
Oh, he's
on
on
the
the
injured
IL.
list right now,
Yeah.
but is he going to be back? Right, their entire pitching staff really is on the pitching staff. AJ Smith-Shire is there. Sean Murphy injured. Ha-Seong Kim is injured. A lot of guys already on the IL for them. But I mean, this is a roster that has Chris Sale, who has just completely turned back the clock since coming to Atlanta. They have a way of just developing pitchers. So I'm sure that the combination of Reynaldo Lopez, Grant Holmes, Bryce Elder, and Jose Suarez can hold down the fort until some of their guys get a little bit more healthy. That bullpen, of course, always great. Raciel Iglesias and Robert Suarez, who they acquired from the Padres, or they picked up in free agency from the Padres, are going to anchor a back into the bullpen that is always amazing. And then you have Ronald Acuna Jr., who's just always, when he's healthy, an MVP level guy. Matt Olson can just has the potential to probably hit 50 home runs in a season if he really gets going. Ozzy Albies one of the better second basemen in baseball. You can go down the list. If this team gets healthy, if this team stays healthy, it's a very dangerous squad that could be World Series level team.
I don't see it, Jeremy.
No?
No.
Why is that?
I don't like. When you look at a roster and you get this feeling in your gut, and that's the feeling I'm getting.
This is a team that's tough to trust, and the reason for that, at least in my mind, is the injury bug. Like, it's one thing to get hit with the injuries one year, right? It's another thing to get repeatedly bashed over the head with an injury bug that is just taking out not just guys, but major guys in your lineup. Ronald Acuna Jr. has suffered 2 major injuries in the last couple of seasons, right? You have a lot of injuries to your pitchers. Like, we haven't seen Spencer Strider really be the same since his injury. And I mean, he was one of the most electric pitchers out there before then. That was a brutal blow to them. I understand where you're coming from. I do. This is a Braves team that has a lot of talent on paper, but you're reasonable to say the Braves aren't going to do it. Their line's set at 86.5. I can assume you're going under there.
If then where all the wins are coming from, Jeremy. Yeah. Braves are going to set the all-time loss record. Hot take.
All-time loss record. White Sox no longer down there. This is a Braves team that last year won 76 games. So,
Yeah.
Again, I could see the season going the same way. And I'm also going to take the under here because I just need to see it to believe it. But the upside is there. Like, I'm going to say they're going to win like 85 games, 80 games this year. But also, if they won 90, I wouldn't be shocked because of who they have on this team, right? This is the team that is very, very stacked in a lot of different places. I understand where you're coming from when you say you do not trust them. Let's go to the heavy hitter here in this division, the Philadelphia Phillies. Hayden, you don't think they're the heavy hitters here?
No, I mean, I guess.
Who else would be the heavy hitter in this division?
I mean, the Mets?
I take this Phillies team over the Mets, like, a lot.
I mean, I'll take whatever you're smoking too, Jeremy, but like...
Look, you still got that core of former Nationals at the top of the order. They're a little bit older, but they still continue to be really, really great. They haven't taken that step back yet. Trey Turner, Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper. You continue to go down this lineup. There's not really a weak spot. And again, and then you get to the starting pitching lineup, right? Your 1-2 punch of Christopher Sanchez, Aaron Nola. even you go down to Jesus Lazardo, who was a lot better last year. Like this is not a team that I see a lot of weaknesses in. You got Johan Duran, a full season of him from when they traded for the from the Twins at the deadline. Like there's no I can't see a weakness on this team. I just don't see one.
I mean, Nola was pretty bad last year.
I'm
Aaron
not
Nola was.
worried about him bouncing back, honestly.
Taiwan Walker also was not fantastic.
But you potentially get Zach Wheeler back later on in the season. Potentially.
36-year-old Zach Wheeler coming off of a very major injury.
Yeah.
And then I mean, yeah, they have Duran, but like, not really a whole lot else in this bullpen.
I don't know.
Brad Keller's good. I'll give them that. Brad Keller's good. Alvarado's good. But it's Jeremy, are we watching the 2019 Nationals? Like,
That's a World Series team.
that's a World Series team, but also, there's a lot of other teams, old men who have follow questionable health guidelines, choices, and aren't good.
That's true. I'm not
Yeah.
counting out this Phillies team. They're always up there. The Mets though are interesting. Like this is a Mets team that I don't. My issue with them last year was they didn't have the pitching, and they went out and got Freddie Peralta. Like that's a big get for them, right? They went out, they got the pitching. They lose a huge bat for them though, but I mean, you've got Lindor and Soto at the top. You replace some of that offensive production with Bo Bichette, who, when he's at his best, is a really good offensive player. I'm concerned a little bit about the defense, but the upside of this team, if Luis Robert hits his stride, right? If he gets back to his 2020-ish form, like if Marcus Semien can get back to his, what was it, 2022, 2021 form, this is a Mets team that's very dangerous. What?
Yeah, if he was, as good as he was 5 years ago.
I can say this about a lot of players. This is what I'm saying. This is why I like the Phillies
Yeah.
more than the Mets.
Yeah, but you're relying on Kyle Schwarber, who had a career year and hit a bajillion home runs, to do that again.
He seems the power's not going anywhere. At least not this
And
year.
you signed a guy who again peaked in 2022 in Adolis Garcia as your new right fielder, and you're relying on a guy who great defense, great base runner, really fast, but just hits the ball straight into the ground. I mean, man, if they were playing against the New York Worms, I would understand, but but they're playing against the Mets, man, and I mean, we're forgetting about Jorge Polanco here too. He was crucial for the Mariners in their run to the ALCS. And if they made it to the World Series, it would have been a crucial part to that as well. And they're calling up Carson Bench on the Mets. A top 25 prospect, top 20 prospect, depending on who you ask. And then they have Nolan McLean, who's just nasty. Like he is probably going to win Rookie of the Year in the National League, as long as he stays healthy. But I mean, you can say that about a lot of people. I really like them. I really like the Mets. I really like their offseason. Yeah.
All right, we're opposite here. I take the Phillies over the Mets, but you would take the Mets over the Phillies. That feels like the top guys of the top two teams in this division pretty clearly, unless the Braves pull something wild. You're not going to sit here with a straight face and tell me that the Marlins are about to do something here. Like
No. I was shaking my head at the Braves doing something. I think the Nats have a higher chance of doing something than the Braves do.
That's shocking. Let's get to the bottom feeders here, because the Marlins and the Nats are at the bottom of this division.
We
The
didn't do the
Marlins are
over and the
closer,
under, Jeremy.
huh?
We didn't do the over and the under.
You want to do the over and the under here? We can.
Well, I mean, we've done it for every other team. Might as well.
The Mets are set at 90.5. Are you taking the over or the under there?
I'm taking the over on that.
Okay. The Phillies are at
tough.
89.5. Are you taking the over or the under there?
How many games did they win in 2024?
Last year, the Phillies won 96 games.
What was this about 2024, Jeremy? It's okay. I'll take the over on that too. They won 96. Surely
96.
Surely they win.
That's a lot of games. I'll take the over on the Phillies. I'll take the under on the Mets. I don't think they get to 90 games. I don't think they get to 90 games, Hayden.
Okay, that's your opinion. You're wrong, but
let's talk about the Fish here, because they are interesting. What's your read on them? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this Miami team, because they've got a lot of young talent.
Yes, they do.
How close are they to breaking through?
I mean, we've talked about I feel like we talked about the Marlins a bunch on this show. Because they're pretty active. People were talking about, are they going to trade Sandy? And they obviously, they traded away Ryan Weathers. They went and they got Owen Casey from the Cubs in that trade. I think they've got, like, man, if they were the 2015 Royals, they'd be in a great spot.
Because
I mean, it is really just a bunch of guys who play great defense, and maybe they'll hit above average, but hey, they play great defense, man. Xavier Edward, he's on egg. He's an Ed. Xavier Edwards, Jacob Marcy, Otto Lopez are three just great defenders. Connor Norby, pretty good player too. This team, I'm curious to see what the line is on this team, Jeremy.
Yeah, this one, and I'm taking these lines as we find it. This is a team that I'm sure, because each book or whatever finds it at different ones, at different numbers. But this one, the one I'm looking at, 72.5. That's near the bottom of the league. There are only 5 teams that have lower win totals than the Marlins right now.
I would say the under. I think they're going to trade away some of their better pieces. I don't think Sandy makes the whole season on this team, and I also don't think Pete Fairbanks makes the whole season with this team. I think he's nice. He's here down for the nice summer months, or the nice warm winter, I guess. And then once he heats up, I think a contender is going to want him at the deadline. Hand issues. Who cares about those? You get Pete Fairbanks. Yeah.
I'm bought in on this Marlins team a little bit more than I think you are. I like their young talent, and that's not to say that they're going to make a wild card run or anything crazy like that. But I do think that they could win 75 games this season, which is a slight improvement from where they were last, or a slight decline from where they were last year. They won 79 games. So I think this is a team that at least can be as good as they were last year. So I'll take the. You think they got worse than last year?
Well, I mean, they traded away Edward Cabrera,
right,
and Ryan Weathers,
right,
and I mean, they were not a particularly inspiring offense last year.
No, they were not. I believe in some of that young pieces though, and I think they could get to 75. That's still less than they were last year. But let's talk about this Washington Nationals team, Hayden, because I'm expecting nothing out of this team. I've been the eternal optimist when it comes to the Washington Nationals over the past couple years on this show, if you've been watching. I've been saying the Nats, they're a sneaky wild card team. Watch out.
Yeah.
They're here. The pitching staff is ready to go. James Wood is ready to go. I'm all out on the Nationals this year. Like, this is a Nats team that has made improvements, but they've made improvements in the way that's going to help them next year, in the way that's going to help them 2 years, 3 years, 4 years down the line, they've gone back into a rebuild. They've stopped saying it's our time and started saying it's time to rebuild yet again. Uh, they're trading away some of their core pieces. There's going to be a different shortstop than CJ Abrams at the end of this season. He doesn't last the year. He gets traded at the deadline, most likely. You're going to get a whole prospect haul. You've already moved off of Mackenzie Gore. I just don't think this team is it. They're going to move off of at least one of their outfielders back there, too. You've got some young pieces. James Wood is great. CJ Abrams, I still like. I'm bought in on Kyber Ruiz. He's the only guy that really has any kind of connection to this team. Luis Garcia could be there now that they believe in, any kind of analytics at all. Jacob Young is fascinating. I don't expect him to stay there. Dalen Lyle is the guy that could take that next big step. But that pitching staff is atrocious. It's just so bad, Aiden. I cannot take this team seriously with Miles Mikolas as their second starter.
I mean, I think he is starting the second game of the season for them. I don't think he's their number 2 starter.
Look, you put Cade Cavalli over him, who's great, unproven, right? Unproven. We haven't really seen him put it together at the MLB level. Jake Irvin, I like him. He's like a 3 at best, Jake
Irvin's the only one that I would argue, is worse than Mikolas. I think you can comfortably say Zach Little is going to be better than Miles Mikolas this season. I think you can comfortably say that Foster Griffin is going to be better than Miles Mikolas this season. Is that more of that's how little I think of Miles Mikolas? Yes. But I think he's their 4th best starter on paper. And I'm sure that they're going to have, Andrew Alvarez or, Jake Eater up shortly after him. And then, if he's truly terrible, you can put Brad Lord back in the rotation. I really like this team. One name we forgot to mention, Brady House. I mean, the whole thing, this entire, we're, the Nats fans here. So, right, we follow these teams a little bit more closely than some of the other teams. You had you tell your players, hey, don't swing at everything. And then a light bulb goes off for like half of them. I think I feel pretty good about this offense. James Wood, I think is going to be better this year. I think Dalen Lyle, we're going to have him for a full season, and he's going to be really good. I think Kyber Ruiz is not going to be atrocious.
That steps
I think
up.
Luis Garcia could be a league average bat. And I think Brady House is going to be good. That's way better than last year already. What is the line, Jeremy? Tell me what the line is.
Well, the line is 65.5, and let me tell you, I'm taking the over on that by about $1 million.
I'm taking the over, and then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go to another book where the line is higher, and I'm gonna take the over on that one. I think the Nats are a sneaky wild card team this year.
Crazy. I think they're a 70-win team.
I think they are winning the World Series, Jeremy.
2019 again. Welcome back.
Yeah, maybe I'm being a little over dramatic there on the World Series, but I think this team could sneak into the playoffs.
I do think 65 is like crazy low for this team. Yeah. That's the second lowest total in the entirety of the MLB.
Well, they did trade away Mackenzie Gore and Jose Ferrer. And like you said, are probably a lot of teams are going to think that they're probably thinking that CJ Abrams doesn't survive the season in DC, gets traded away. I think it gets extended personally.
I would love if they extended him.
I think CJ Abrams is our shortstop for the foreseeable future, for better or for worse.
I believe in CJ Abrams. I am not ready to move off of him yet, but I would be shocked if he was still here at the end of the season. I'm still smashing that over. This is a Nats team that I think can win 70 games. They're not going to lose more than 100 games this year, which is what this line is telling me right now. So, congratulations, Nationals. You've done the bare minimum to get out of here. Give me your NL East order.
We're going Mets, Phillies, Nationals, Braves, Marlins.
Wow. You've got the Nats above the Braves and the Marlins.
Yeah, I think the Marlins are atrocious. I think they are a very bad roster.
All right. I'm taking Phillies, Mets, Braves, Marlins, Nats at the bottom there. So a little bit worse. I'm out of optimism for this Nationals team.
Gave up too soon. You're like
I've
that meme where the guy's in the in the diamond mine, and he quits just too soon. And now I'm gonna be able to. You're gonna have pie all over your face. When we do our end of the year recap.
well, you know what? It would not be the first time, Hayden, and I promise you, it will not be the last. Let's head over to the NL Central. This division, always fascinating to me because this division, I always look at and I say, wow, this is mid, very mid, and more mid. But then they're always pretty good. Like, this is a division that's always pretty solid. The Brewers always find a way to be a lot better than I think they are. I think the Brewers are going to be good, and then they be great. I think the Brewers are going to be, mid, and then they're good, right? This is a Brewers team that always exceeds my expectations by, like, a step. The Cubs...
They're the new Rays.
Huh?
They're the new Rays.
They're the new Rays. They find a way to do it. It's impressive. It really is. It's not an easy feat. The Cubs are there. They've just extended PCA 6 years. What was it? Nearly $200 million. Lots of money for PCA over there. He is now set. No team options. He'll be there until his age 31 season, past arbitration. Shout out to PCA. Lots of big money there. The Reds are always on the doorstep here in the NL Central. The Cardinals are bad, and the Pirates looking up. Paul Skeens, potential wild card team. What do we think? Let's start down there with the Pirates because they're one of those teams that I think is fascinating here, right? You obviously have the high-end starting pitching that comes with the best or second best pitcher in all of baseball. You've got some exciting bats. O'Neal Cruz is a guy that is going to be a 3 true outcome just all the time. The rest of that lineup isn't the greatest, but I would say it's a little bit better than it was at the beginning of the season last year. Mitch Keller behind him. This is a Pirates team I don't think is a wild card squad. Not yet, at least. But they're moving in the right direction for the first time in a while. Bubba Chandler, another guy to watch in this starting rotation.
Jared Jones, too, when he gets back.
Yes. He's hurt right now. The bullpen's not awful. I like Gregory Soto.
Dennis Santana was really, 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 really good at throwing a baseball.
So, like, this is a team that could
has an atrocious defense.
They sacrificed some defense for some offense when they traded away Brian Hayes last year. But I don't.
And then signed Ryan O'Hearn to play right field, and traded for Brandon Lowe. And yeah.
The defense is not going to be good. And look,
no.
You're looking at a Pirates win total that is, definitely near the bottom, 78.5. So not even 500, which I think is a fair number for them. I think that's probably right around where they'll sit. But this is a Pirates team that I think could be better than some people think, right? There's a lot of hype around this Pirates squad, and there's always going to be when you have Paul Skeens on your team. It's a team that won 71 games last year, and I think they'll be slightly better, but I don't think they quite hit that 78 mark.
I agree.
The Reds, or the Cardinals here, I think they take a deep nosedive. 78 wins last season. This is a Cardinals team that, again, has some young talent. I just don't like it. Mason Wynn is going to make his debut here. He is very highly touted. You got Jordan Walker, another young guy on the offensive side of the ball. But that starting pitching rotation, I'm done. I'm out on it. I just don't trust it. I'm not there for it at all.
You're thinking of JJ Weatherholt as the guy making his
Yes.
debut. Mason Wynn's been in the majors
Mason
for a
Wynn was
few
there
years
last
now.
year. He was like the one guy last year that did anything.
Yeah, I mean, I think they've got a lot of names in their lineup. If they had a lineup with a lot of names in it, they would be one of the teams in the league for
They're
that.
for sure a team in the MLB.
They are one of the teams in Major League Baseball.
I would say they're top 30.
Yeah. Rotation's pretty bad. But, hey, maybe Matt Liberatore, does something. Maybe. And they got I kind of like their bullpen. I kind of like some of the names in that bullpen. When you go very far down, it's like, But, other than that, I think they got some cool names down there. Yeah. Hey, maybe Delars will come back and lead this team to victory.
Cardinals line is set at 69.5. I'm taking the under on that one.
70? Yeah, I guess I'll take the under too.
They're not winning 70 games this year. I would say that they're more likely to compete for the worst team in baseball than win 70 games this year. And I don't think
team in baseball won 70 games this year.
Huh?
What if the worst team in baseball wins 70 games this year?
I don't think the math works like that. Unless every single team is like between 70 and 90 wins, which would be insane. I don't think the math works.
I mean, it could. They all could do that.
You're right. They technically could.
Yeah.
That would be crazy. And you know what? I would be so down for a season like that because every single team would have a chance heading into the last month to do something. And I think that would lead to straight chaos. But that's not going to happen.
Or a bunch of teams just like really overperform in that last month and teams really struggle heading into the playoffs.
We're playing
the Dodgers are on like a
120
win. The Dodgers are on like a 120 win pace heading into August, and then they finish the season at like 95 wins.
Yeah. I mean, that's what happens when a nuke hits Dodgers Stadium, I guess. But I've
seen Batman or The Dark Knight Rises. Yeah, they're gonna do that.
Bane is gonna destroy the field. They need Hines Ward out there. That's who they need. I'm taking the under on this Cardinals team. And like I said, I would think this is a team that could compete for the worst team in all of baseball this year. The Cubs and the Reds are kind of in that middle tier of this one, and I'm going to group them together just because both of these teams made the playoffs last year, and they both were not good in the playoffs last year. The Cincinnati Reds didn't really do anything, which is disappointing because I wanted the Reds to, do something after they made the playoffs last year, right? They still have some guys. Elly De La Cruz headlines that. They brought in Eugenio Suarez, who had a really great first half of the season, but then kind of fell off when he was traded to the Mariners. I like this rotation a lot. I really do. I always like this rotation a lot. Hunter Green is already hurt, and so is Nick Lodolo, but he should be back pretty soon. Hunter Green back on the 60-day IL already is really concerning. You have Brady Singer, who I like. You have Chase Burns, who showed out. Andrew Abbott has played really well at certain points throughout his career. I like this rotation, and I like this bullpen enough, but I wanted them to do something with the bats because right now that lineup is just kind of It's there. It's not bad.
A full season of Sal Stewart, I feel like that's a addition, right?
I guess. Yeah. I guess that counts. But I mean, like, they had him in the stretch run, and like their offense wasn't flying off the charts in the stretch run last year,
Yeah. I mean, and then you have an off season to work with Brian Hayes too, to make your adjustments with him, Maybe something. I don't know. I don't think grouping them with the Cubs is fair to them though, because I feel like the Cubs didn't really get any worse. And they won 90 games last year. Actually, they did get
They
a lot
definitely got worse.
worse.
They lost arguably their best player. You know, Kyle
Michael
Tucker
Soroka.
goes and signs a big contract. They lose Brad Keller out of the bullpen over there. Soroka, who was solid for them, leaves. Savali leaves. You know, they lose a lot of solid pieces that they had last year. It's not enough that I'm going to say they're going to be bottom feeders, but they're not going to win 90 games like they did last year, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, Bregman, right? Big addition. They also traded for Edward Cabrera. They redid this entire bullpen, which was kind of like the issue for them last year, a little bit. Yeah, they lost Kyle Tucker, but they were still like a top 5 offense last year. I don't think they stepped back to like the 15th. I don't think he was that valuable
Well,
for run creation for
the
them.
big question for them is which PCA are you getting? Are you getting first half or second half PCA? Because that's going to be the difference between the Cubs winning 90 games and the Cubs winning 75 games.
Yeah, I mean, agreed. I mean, I don't think it's that dramatic. I don't think first half PCA and second half PCA is a difference of 10 wins. But I think it's that is the determining factor if they have to make playoffs or not, for sure. But I
Yeah,
still think they're going to be above 500 no matter what.
yes, they're going to be above 500, and 75 was a little dramatic, but
Yeah.
their line is set at 88.5, and I think that's too high for them. I would take a slight under on that one.
I'm going to take the over.
Who's losing these games, Hayden?
The Cardinals and the and the Pirates and the Reds.
The Reds line, they're set at 80.5 games, so right around 500. You're taking the under on that one?
I think they're gonna win 79.
Ooh.
Actually, they're gonna go exactly what was it, 80.5?
80.5.
I think they go exactly 500 now that I think about it.
And you know
That
what?
was
I'm
just
on the
the
exact
most-
same page as you. I'm going slightly over on this Reds team. They're so mid.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah, I think that looks like a 500 team to me. I think the Cubs can win a bunch of games. And then, I mean, don't they got some prospects that are like major league ready too? They'll come up if things go wrong. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. Who doesn't like relying on prospects to carry our team to playoffs?
You know what I think is interesting? The Brewers line is set at 84.5. That is 4 less than the Chicago Cubs, despite being, by record, the best team in baseball last season. This is a Brewers team that, like I said,
Rated by Freddie Peralta.
Consistently is slightly better than my expectations. And I know they lost Freddie Peralta, but like they have Brendan Woodruff. They're going to have a full season of him now, right? They're going to have a full season of Jacob Mizorowski, even though he kind of fell off a little bit down the stretch. Brandon Sproat. We like Brandon Sproat. Solid piece over there. Their pitching is always great. That bullpen is always great. And the lineup is good too. Like I'm in on this. I'm in on this Brewers team. I think they win 85 games at least.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, yeah, I really like a lot of the pieces in this lineup. They traded away depth and got a pretty good reliever this off season, where I think they were gonna have one of the better bullpens in baseball. Yeah, I like this Brewers team. I think they're less likely to compete for a World Series, but I think they're still the favorites to win the division.
All right, give me your NL Central.
Brewers, Cubs, Reds, Pirates, Cardinals.
Brewers, Cubs, Reds, Pirates, Cardinals. You and me, Hayden, we finally agree. Look at that. Our NL Central aligns. This means it's going to be absolutely flipped. and the Cardinals are going to win the NL Central. That must be what this means. Uh, but
Yeah.
I mean
It
that's the
only
only
took us an
thing. The
hour and
sky
a
is
half,
falling.
Jeremy, and we did it.
Congratulations to the Cardinals. They're going to use their Cardinal magic, and they're going to find a way to get this done. But let's stay in the Central. We're going to stay in the Central here and go over to the AL side of things. The AL Central, weird division. This feels like the Tigers are going to run away with this one. Probably should, at least. But you have a lot of interesting teams in there. The Guardians are always solid. The Royals, interesting team. I like the Royals. I don't think they're going to be a real contender this year, but a solid team from the Royals. The
Explain
Twins,
that.
eh, eh, eh.
What is that about them?
I just can't trust them to stay healthy. I really can't. And I know that's kind of a cop out here with this Minnesota team, but they traded away a lot of their pieces at the deadline. I know they still have Byron Buxton and they still have Royce Lewis and all these guys. But I mean, like, there's just not enough on this team to make a push to win this division this year. There isn't.
Did I get lost in the conversation?
I don't think you did. Did you?
I thought we were talking about the Royals.
I went to the Twins.
Yeah. Okay. That's why I got lost. Was you're like, I don't trust the Royals, and then you just like, oh, I don't trust them, and then you started talking about the Twins, and I was all confused. Yeah. No, the Twins are gonna be really bad. I don't think there's a whole lot to linger on here. Their best players got hurt. Um, where Pablo Lopez is gonna start the season, or I mean, he's out for the year.
Right. Right. Like that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. I was just running through the
Yeah.
teams. I said the Royals have some
Okay.
juice, but it's not enough. And I said the Twins are and you were like, "What?" So
No, sorry. Yeah. No, I was talking about the Royals. I think the Royals, it's okay. We'll talk about them when we get there.
well,
Um,
let's talk about the Royals because the White Sox are
well,
going
let's
to
just
be
quick.
bad, but they're going to
What's
be
the
fun
line for
bad.
the Twins, real quick? So we're doing everybody their justice.
Yeah, the Twins line here is a little higher than I would have thought. 72.5 wins for a Twins team that, won 70 games last year. I'm under on the Twins for sure. They're a 65 win team in my eyes.
Poor Josh Bell.
I mean, Josh Bell is doing his thing. He's being a veteran leadership and he's getting his money. So
Yeah, he just has to play for the Twins. Poor guy. Hopefully he gets traded to a contender. Yeah. I mean, yeah, the Twins are gonna be pretty bad. Let's go to the White Sox. Yeah. Sorry.
yeah, the White Sox here because I am fascinated by this White Sox team. Honestly, you have some interesting guys. Probably the biggest name to keep an eye out on is Munetaka Murakami, of course, out of Japan. He doesn't have a lot of pressure on him, and we've talked about his fit with the White Sox in a previous episode. But the rest of this team is just blind faith in development, and it could work. There's going to be at least one player on this White Sox team that is better than everybody expects. It's not going to be enough. Their line is set lowest in the league. Third lowest in the league. 67 games for a reason. Slightly higher than the Nationals. I'm taking the under, though.
67.
67.
Sorry. They didn't have some of these guys hurt to start the year. I'm gonna be bold, Jeremy.
I love it.
Can I be bold? Can I take the over here?
You're allowed to take the over here. We're all in on this White
Okay.
Sox team. How bold are you being when you take the over here?
I think this team could win 70 games.
Okay. I'll accept that boldness. I could see an upside of 70 games on this team.
I think Noah Schultz and Hagen Smith throw major league innings this year. I think they've got a lot of arms that could quickly replace these bad arms.
Mm-hmm.
I think Shane Smith is really good. I think Anthony Kay is going to be solid. I think Fetty will eat innings. Davis Martin was not horrendous last season. And Colson Montgomery was pretty good at baseball in his half a season. I mean, really, it's this lineup is the you know what I mean? Um, yeah, I think they could win 70 games.
Yeah. I don't trust it. I just think there's too many holes on this team, but I could see them winning 70 games. Let's get to your team. Let's get to the Royals here. Let's represent Kansas City here for a second,
Yeah.
because
Thank you.
I do think Kansas City is a team that could be good, but they have such an uphill battle with this year, with the teams ahead of them just in their division. I think the Tigers got a lot better, and I think the Guardians were already ahead of them. As good as, the top of that lineup is for this Royals team, I just don't know if it's enough to surpass definitely the Tigers, and maybe the I could see them being better than the Guardians, but I don't think they win this division either way.
Okay, why not?
I mean,
Where are you concerned? Where on this roster is your concern?
it's not concern with a certain point on this roster. It's
Okay.
it's an age thing where they're young and they don't have a lot of
Mhm.
they don't have the experience there. Like, I that experience feels fake to me in sports sometimes. Uh
I
but
mean,
but in a long season, I know they have veteran leadership. They have Salvi Perez. They've got guys that have been there and have done that. But I just this is a Royals team that's gonna win 85 games this year, but that's not enough for this division.
I mean, they had Michael Garcia, who arguably, I mean, he's not the best third baseman in this division, unfortunately. But that's because,
Jose Ramirez exists.
Jose Ramirez
Yeah.
exists. Uh, Bobby Witt,
Maybe the best baseball player. No, not quite, but top 3 for sure.
top 3 easily. I He is
I'm not putting him
probably, if
above
you start.
Shohei.
Okay, I will say this: if I were to start a franchise today, we're just taking everybody at their current age, all that stuff. I take Bobby Witt first overall.
And I think that's completely fair. I would still take Shohei 1 overall.
I mean, I think, is it for outside of baseball reasons, or is it only baseball reasons that you're taking Shohei?
Baseball reasons.
Okay, I respectively disagree. But
I would take
Vinny
Bobby Witt
Pasquantino,
too, though. I would take him over Aaron Judge for sure.
then you have Vinny Pasquantino, who was really good last year and is going to hit way more home runs in this new park. Jack Caglione, who was to absolutely destroy the minors and was actively hurting his team with how bad he was last year. You would hope he is better in 2026. Carter Jensen was one of the best prospects in all of baseball last year. Still is one of the best prospects in all of baseball. One of the best catching prospects. He traded for Isaac Collins, who had a 779 OPS with Milwaukee last year. Kyle Isabel, great defensive center fielder. I don't see how this team is worse than this lineup is worse than any of the other lineups, and I think their pitching staff is one of the best in the AL Central. So I'm confused.
They also moved their fences in a little bit.
I understand that.
So
Their lineup will get better.
yes, that's what
because
I
of
was
it.
saying. Yeah. More offense from this team, which is going to be big. And I think they'll be better than last year. But I like this Tigers team a lot. And
What? You want Framber Valdez to hurt Dylan Dingler?
no, we don't want injuries anywhere, Hayden.
Well, you want him to just chuck a baseball at him like 87 times?
You know what? Maybe I do. What if I do?
Okay. Okay, well, I guess here's my question for you, Jeremy. Do you still take the Tigers? Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming you're assuming that Scooball ends the year in a Tigers uniform when you say this.
Yes. Yeah, I don't think they get an offer good enough to trade him. And I know they're not going to re-sign him, but you don't trade away the best or second best pitcher in baseball for a jar of dirt because you're not going to be able to re-sign him.
You don't think the Angels should have traded Otani
No, I don't.
when they had him?
I
Okay.
really don't.
Cool news with the Tigers. Kevin McGonigal is going to be breaking camp with them. Probably going to play third base, shortstop for them. I don't know which. But he'll be playing baseball for them, and was had a really great spring. Taught a Nationals prospect to not swing at everything. He said you should only swing at baseballs that you think you can hit really far and really hard. And a light bulb went off. So thank you, Kevin McGonigal, for saving a Nationals prospect. I appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, I just respectfully disagree with your feelings on this team, Jeremy.
I mean, look, this is a team that's made the playoffs now 2 years in a row, and I think they've gotten better each year. Like you're not looking at this team and saying that it got worse over the offseason. Which I think is the key for a team that struggled down the stretch, still won 87 games, right? They started off the season the hottest or top 3 team in baseball before the second half when they cooled down a little bit. But if you take what this team learned, you have a manager in AJ Hinch that I like a lot. I mean, I know he's got that scandal over his head down there with the Astros, but he's a manager that knows how to use his team, knows what resources he has, and I think he's going to be able to get the most out of this Tigers team, even if it is the final run, which it kind of feels like it is with Tariq Skubal already halfway out the door. Although an interesting sign that he said screw the World Baseball Classic to go back to Detroit if he's that disgruntled with them, which he's definitely disgruntled with them for sure after the way that arbitration hearing went. Cannot blame him. But let's talk about the Guardians before we get to the order here, because the Guardians, let me tell you, are gonna be a lot worse. Maybe not a lot worse, but they're gonna be worse than last season.
Hmm.
This Guardians team is relying on some young guys. Shout out Chase DeLauder. He's gonna break camp with them. Made his debut in the playoffs. Shout out. That's very impressive. Very cool. They still have Steven Kwan. They still have Jose Ramirez. They bring in Rhys Hoskins, which low risk, high reward. I kind
Yeah.
of like that. But there's just a lot of bad energy around this team right now, and it's nothing that good baseball can't fix. You already have your replacement. Cade Smith was taking over the closing role already, but there's just some bad vibes around this Cleveland organization that I don't think is just going to be super easy to shake off.
Yeah, it's okay. Jose Ramirez, 40-40 season.
He does that every year, though. Like, that's the thing. He's so good.
Jose Ramirez, 40-40-40 season. Yeah, it's crazy. He already has. Oh, never mind. I was looking at the wrong tab. I was gonna say. Ignore me. My brain. I read his career walk total and thought that it's all SB instead of BB. And yeah, I was about to look really dumb. But yeah, no, I mean, I think they're okay at baseball.
Yeah, the Guardians line set at 79.5. I think
I take the over.
I take the over on that. They're over 500 level team. Excuse me. The over-unders for the rest of the teams in the division that we have not covered. The Tigers, 85.5. What are your thoughts on that?
It's like 85.5.
85.
I think the under. I think they win 85.
That's the under there. I'll take slightly over there. The Royals, I'm taking the over on their 82.5. I think that's way too low for them.
Mm-hmm.
Not a 90 win
182
team.
this year.
Not a 90 win team, but
Yeah.
they're probably they're better than 500, which is what this line is setting them at. Give me your AL Central overview 1 through 5.
Royals, Tigers, Actually, no. Royals, Guardians, Tigers, White Sox, Twins.
Ooh, Twins at the bottom.
Twins at the bottom. I think they do more selling.
They don't have much left to sell.
Got Joe Ryan.
I'm surprised he stuck around after last trade deadline. But I guess that's just what happens with this team. I'm going with the Tigers. I'm going with the Royals, going Guardians, Twins, White Sox, all the way down there at the bottom. Hayden, we just have the West Coast left. Only the West Coast remains.
I know. Only
And
took us 3 hours.
they do say the West Coast is the best coast. We knew this was going to happen here. So let's start off with that AL West. This AL West division was really competitive last year. You've got the Mariners who finally broke through and won that division. The Astros missed the playoffs for the first time in forever. The Texas Rangers couldn't really get things going. It seemed like they were promising, but they could not quite get it going. The Athletics have some interesting talents, and the Angels, I think, had a pretty solid offseason as well. This is a division that the Mariners should win. They should win this division. But that's not to say that this is a kick your feet up and relax type regular season if you're the Seattle Mariners, because in a division with the Astros, you can never really be super relaxed with the way that they've been the last couple years.
Yeah, I mean, I think if there is a year where you can kick up your feet, though, it's going to be this one. Or next season. I think next season probably is going to be the one where you can really kick up your feet.
Well, let's start with them because they're returning a lot of the same lineup. As far as their starting lineup goes, they're bringing in Brendan Donovan to play third base to replace Eugenio Suarez. 2 thumbs up. Good move from them. 2 thumbs up. Good move. You still have Julio Rodriguez and Cal Raleigh, MVP level players at their best. Randy Arozarena and Josh Naylor have some good pop. You can go all the way to the 9-hole. Cole Young, not the worst bat in the world, and the pitching rotation. Oh, I love this pitching rotation. It's why I love baseball. It's because of watching pitchers like these guys: Brian Wu, Luis Castillo, George Kirby, Logan Gilbert. I mean,
Best rotation in baseball.
It is the best rotation, best rotation in baseball for sure. I love this Mariners team. I'm so in on this Mariners team. They should win this division. I mean, I didn't even mention the bullpen. They trade for Jose A. Ferrer, who I really like his potential, especially in a place that's going to be able to unlock him with any type of analytics at all. Andres Munoz, one of the best closers. Matt Brash, of course, great. Edward Bizardo. I mean, you can go on and on throughout this entire team. There's not. I talked about not having weak points earlier on. This team really does not have a lot of weak points. The Seattle Mariners. I really like this team. They should win this division.
No, absolutely. I mean, you just basically just hoping that this doesn't all fall apart. In hope that you can kind of. I mean, hey, Cal Raleigh's not going to hit 60 home runs again.
No.
So it's make sure the offense is still, productive, despite that. Now, I mean, you have a full season of Josh Naylor. No offense to Rowdy Tellez, but Josh Naylor is a little bit better at baseball than him. You're going to have Brendan Donovan there at third base, where, you're not going to be rolling out like Ben Williamson at third base to open the year, or the, Gino, who's, struggling mightily. He's going to be just solid. And hopefully Randy puts up a incredible platform year as he enters free agency and then leaves the city of Seattle, because after the whole WBC thing, I think he's.
You think that's gonna?
I don't think he wants to be on this team anymore. But yeah, Cole Young's also really good. He had like some shoulder issues last year that he's playing through. So I think he's going to have a big breakout year. If Roman Anthony didn't exist, he was somebody who I thought pretty highly of for Rookie of the Year.
Over-under for this team, 89.5. That's the fourth highest total in all of baseball. I take the over here, honestly.
I'm
And
taking the over
maybe that's
too.
presumptuous of me, but they're a team that I really like heading into the year. They've got 100-win upside.
160 win upside.
Best record of all time. They just one up themselves here. The Mariners, we go over on. The Astros falling apart, are they? Older now for sure. They lose some of the pitching staff. Injuries continue to be an issue for this team. You still have Jose Altuve, forever Padre. Isaac Paredes is here. Yordan Alvarez, Carlos Correa.
Forever what?
Forever Astro.
Okay.
You heard me incorrectly when I said the wrong word.
Yeah, it's okay.
This team has a lot of talent still, and I mean, there's a reason that the Astros were in the race until the end, 87 wins last year, but they're clearly on the decline of their dynasty. They missed the playoffs for the first time in 15 years, it seems like. And they're winding down for sure. How far do they fall this year?
To not making playoffs. I mean, I think they're gonna flirt with 500. I mean, I think you look at like the Reds. I think talent-wise, this is probably a similar place, right? Hey, Jose Altuve is playing second base again. Yay, we're done with that whole little left field experiment. Yeah, I mean, I think they've got like a lot of really good pieces, and then they've got like a coughing baby for like the rest of their lineup in their roster. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I'm taking their under on the total. 86.5 is high. That's basically what they did last year. I think they lost a little bit from last season. And they also got older from last season. So I'm taking the under on the Astros, 86.
Okay, I agree.
Rest of this division, I mean, who has a shot? Because you have, I don't want to call the Rangers upstart because they won a World Series a couple years ago, right? But you have the Athletics and the Angels, who I would throw into that upstart conversation. They've got some nice pieces, and the A's offense is going to be good simply because they're playing in a minor league ballpark.
Mm-hmm.
Now, their pitching staff is not going to enjoy that, but, I mean, get a city, get a real ballpark, and then we can talk about the Athletics. They've got some nice pieces. I mean, this is an Athletics team that was surprisingly solid last year. Nick Kurtz, Shea Langoliers is here. Brent Rooker is always solid. Jacob Wilson earned another contact machine. You've got defense in Lawrence Butler over there, and Denzel Clark. Like, this is a solid team.
For Jeff McNeil.
Like, the pitching staff is not great, headlined by Luis Severino. It's not awful. It's not good, though, for sure. And that's why this team isn't going to make a jump like I've seen some people suggest they might because of a lot of the guys in their lineup. I think their lineup is going to take a jump. I think this is going to be a top half of the league offense, but the pitching and the defense just isn't going to be able to keep them ahead of the curve and where they want to be.
Top 5 lineup, bottom 5 pitching staff.
I could see that. I think that's their upside. Whether that's ballpark based or, just because they've got a lot of young talent, this is a team that's, I think, going to be fun to watch, regardless of how good they are all season long. They're over-under set at 75.5. I think that's a good line for them. Well, where would you put it? Where would you put them?
I'm going to take the under just because I think there are other teams in here in this division that are better.
That's fair. I also lean under. I always lean towards pitching wins games rather than hitting. And that's not the formula for this Athletics team. So we will see where they stand. The Angels, though, They got a lot of gnats in the pitching staff. They're full rebuild. They're bad. They're bad. They're bad. And they're going to be bad this year.
The pitching staff.
The pitching staff.
Did you say gnats?
I said a lot of gnats in the coaching staff.
You said a lot of gnats in the pitching staff.
I've said a lot of words in the last hour and a half.
Yeah, Jeremy, I think we're losing a little bit. Okay. Yeah. I think the pitching is just awful on this team. Jeremy, how do you feel about the pitching?
I agree with you. I don't see a place that I can say, wow, this team is good somewhere. Now their lineup is
Mike Trout.
I love Mike Trout. He is not a great center fielder anymore. He's a great.
I think he's a great center fielder still.
I would put him at DH, honestly.
I think he's a great baseball player still.
I 100% agree with you.
Okay, we'll leave it there. Position to be determined where he's great at, but he is still a great baseball player.
I just don't want him getting hurt anymore. And I'd rather have a full season of just Mike Trout offense than him get hurt chasing down a fly ball in center field. But that's not going to happen. He's going to play because Mike Trout is great, and we love Mike Trout. This Angels team is bad. They're going to be bad, and their over-under is set at 70.5, and I'm taking the under on that.
70.5? Okay. I'll agree with you there. I'll go with you.
I'll join you. I believe we've finished off this division here. Let's take a trip to Texas. I love this pitching staff.
Okay.
Love this pitching staff. Jacob deGrom, Mackenzie Gore, Nathan Eovaldi. I mean, injuries are going to be an issue at the top of that staff, but I mean, Jack Leiter and Kumar Rocker at the bottom, there's some potential there.
The Vandy duo.
I love it. I'm all in on this pitching staff, Hayden. I'm a big fan. The lineup, Wyatt Langford, Corey Seager. 2 thumbs up for those guys. The rest of the lineup,
Jock Peterson.
Thumbs up for him. They brought in Kutch for some bench support.
He's going to be with Jock. He's going to be the other half of Jock Peterson.
I love that Andrew McCutchen is still playing baseball, honestly. I love watching him play. Not a forever Pirate, of course, but he'll go retire in Pittsburgh before it's all said and done. So shout out Andrew McCutchen. Go chase a ring. You deserve one. We love Kutch here. Over under for this Texas Rangers team, a little bit higher than I expected, honestly. 83.5. Solid line for him. I'll take the under.
I'll take the over.
All right, give me your 5. AL West. What's your order here?
Mariners, Rangers, Astros, Angels.
A's below the Angels?
A's above the Angels.
Solid. I'd switch the Astros and the Rangers, but I'm on the same page as you. Other than that, final division for you, and we've left the 2-time reigning World Series champion. 103.5 is their over/under win total, which is crazy because their over odds are even. It's plus 100 to win 104 games.
Taking the under all day. That is like that's literally free money machine right there.
104.
The
they need to win 104 games. Just that's the baseline for Vegas. That is what they're saying. Shohei Ohtani, Kyle Tucker, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Will Smith, Max Muncy, Teoscar Hernandez, Andy Pajes, Alex Freeland. Like, even their bench is pretty good. Like, Alex Call, shout out, former National. Alex Call, shout out. Santiago
Best player on this roster.
I'm looking at this roster. This roster is crazy, Hayden. We all know it's
Alex
crazy.
Call's the best player there.
World Series champion, Alex Call. Multiple, actually. World Series champion. Did he got one with the Dodgers last year?
Yeah, in 25.
Yeah. He was on the Nats team, wasn't he?
No.
No, he was not. He came up the
He
year
was a
after.
waiver claim from the Guardians.
True. Shohei Ohtani's pitching again. Roki Sasaki looked a lot better down the stretch. Tyler Glass now is still there. Yoshinobu Yamamoto won the World Series for them. You still have Blake Snell, injured, of course. But like there's no weaknesses on this team. This team is great. They're gonna win their division. They're my favorites to win the World Series again. And the only thing that's gonna stop them is a train running through the clubhouse. So the Dodgers, very good team. 100 wins, probably not 104. I'm taking the under.
Agreed. Yep.
Yeah. Padres. Padres next. Padres good. Let's talk about this Padres team because the San Diego Padres little brother syndrome has powered them very, very far, very, very fast, and has left them with no minor league system to talk about because they need to be better than the Dodgers. They need to be there. They're here. They're ready to go. Nick Pivetta, Michael King, headline a pitching staff that has taken a step back as far as the starting pitchers go. They're going to be better when they get healthy, but you're relying on 33-year-old Joe Musgrove and 39-year-old Yu Darvish if he decides to come back and pitch this year.
Retired.
Did he retire?
He's not coming back, Jeremy.
I heard he was contemplating.
He's retired. He's retired, but he can't say that, so he can still get his money. But he's done.
Of course, I believe it. Mason
IMO.
Miller. Do you think they transition him to a starter?
Not this season.
Or at some point.
I mean, probably. Why wouldn't you try it in spring training?
They didn't try it spring training though.
But I'm saying like in the future,
they need some starting pitching. That's my concern with this team. The roster's good. You've got Tatis, you've got Machado, you got Bogarts. You've got a lot of solid pieces outside of those big three. But again, these guys just continue to get older. Machado's 33, going to be 34. Bogarts is 33, going to be 34. Tatis is still 27. He's still young. But I have concerns with this Padres team. They'll be good. They'll be a playoff level team. But they're over under right now for the Padres. 83.5, lower than I expected. I'll take the over on that.
Agreed.
Outside of those two Southern California teams, we got a Northern California team. The Giants, they're busy. The Giants are always busy. It's always their year, and Buster Posey, shout out to him, going for it. Lineup solid. They made a big move for Rafi Devers in the middle of last season. Luis Arias, I know you're not a fan of him. I still think he has a place in a lineup. Contact is king. Get on base. Get guys to drive runs in for you. Willy Adames is there. We love Willy Adames. The big move, adding to the pitching staff. You still have Logan Webb always there. Tyler Mahle is a guy that I believe in. Has dealt with injuries his fair share. He's a big free agent addition. Adrian Hauser, they brought in free agency as well. This team is going to be better than last year, but I don't know by how much.
Yeah, I think, what's the line at?
The line for this Giants team is 80.5. So they're saying they're going to be 500, basically. And I think they'll be slightly better than 500, which is what they were last year.
They don't have Eldridge breaking camp with them.
Right. And I think he'll be up at some point.
Yeah, I like this lineup a good bit. I think I like this lineup. Do I like this lineup more than No, never mind.
No,
I don't know. I think this team is weird. I think they win like 84 games and they are happy.
I don't know if they're going to be happy with missing the playoffs there at 84 games. It's going to
Well, yeah, because
be
the Nats are gonna make it, but
Nats still make it.
the Nats still make it.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
a sleeper wild card team. The Washington Nationals are.
Yeah.
The San Francisco Giants were out of California. Let's head out to the desert for the Snakes, the Arizona Diamondbacks. Always fascinating because you look at that team on paper and you say, wow, this team is good. You say Ketel Marte, Corbin Carroll, Geraldo Perdomo, Nolan Arenado, Pavin Smith, Alec Thomas, Jordan Lawler. Yeah, why not? Why can't they be good? Why not the Arizona Diamondbacks? Like, pitching staff, Zach Gallen, Eduardo Rodriguez, Michael Soroka, solid. Brandon Pfaadt, solid. Why not the Diamondbacks? Why not?
Because they're gonna lose 8-7 every single game. Because their pitching staff is not good, Jeremy.
Why not the Diamondbacks? I fall for this. This is another one of those teams that I fall for every year because I like them. I like this combo. You get Corbin Burns back at some point this season. That'll be solid. You get Merrill Kelly back at some point this season. That'll be a big up for them. There's areas of concern.
I understand that, Jeremy, but like any team that's on opening day, and I'm saying this as a giant fan of this player, but in the year 2026, if we have Joe Ross on our opening day roster,
It's my boy.
It's not good. It's not good. I don't like the Nolan Arenado trade. I think that was backwards. I mean, I think I like Carlos Santana, but I don't like Carlos Santana on a team like this. Like I don't think he really moves the needle for them. Yeah, man, I don't know. I'm another year on Geraldo Perdomo too. Like I understand he put up a ridiculous season last year. I need to see another year from him. Corbin Carroll is good, or Corbin Carroll is one of the best players in baseball. I'll give him that. Ketel Marte up there with him. This is like a 500 team to me.
Their line set at 79.5.
Can I take 70? I'll take 80. So I'm gonna take like just over.
I'm taking the over on them. I'm taking the over on them as well. They're not a playoff team. But why not the Diamondbacks? Why not the Diamondbacks?
I don't feel good about doing that though.
It's just, that's what I'm saying. Like, you look on paper and you say this is a Diamondbacks team that has all the pieces.
Yeah, and then I look at their lineup and I'm like, oh yeah, they got all the pieces. Then I look at that rotation and then what was the noise that you were making earlier? No, the other one.
Bleh.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. That's how I feel about that. Yeah. It's okay. What's really just palate cleanse with a fantastic roster, Jeremy?
I saved the best for last for you. We're heading up the mountains. We're gonna find a dinosaur up there. We're going to Colorado. We're checking out the Rockies, the lowest win total in all of baseball. Save the best for last for you. The Colorado Rockies. Welcome to rounding third. Hayden, what do you think of this all-star roster?
I really like the Colorado Rockies. And here, let me tell you why. Jeremy, they have Hunter Goodman, who was an all-star catcher last year. And he wasn't one of those like, oh man, we got to have somebody from the Rockies. I guess we'll take Hunter Goodman. No, this guy was really good. You bring in the Rockies signed 3 free agent starting pitchers. I would bet $5 that they have not signed 3 players to a major league contract in the previous 5 off seasons combined. So I mean, already we're looking fantastic under new leadership. You bring in Willie Castro, who was just amazing utility bat. Slot him. He's going to play all over the field. You're going to mix and match him to be to his greatest success. You're Brenton Doyle, fantastic center fielder, Virginia native. Ezekiel Tovar, in limited looks, has looked really good last year. 651 plate appearances, put up 3 F4. Pretty good player. Mickey Moniak, just always going to just be a league average bat there. Edouard Julien, you remember when he was really good that one season with the Twins? I bet you remember. Yes, you do. Don't lie to yourself, Jeremy. He was good with the Twins that one year. And top it all off, Chase Dollander.
Solid.
He exists.
This Rockies team is going to be bad. The big free agents acquisition, 34-year-old Michael Lorenzen, 37-year-old Jose Quintana, and 36-year-old Tomoyuki Sugano from the Baltimore Orioles. I love that they're bringing people in, and I love that they're doing things. But that is about as much as I can say positive about this team. 55 wins is not a lot of wins. They won 43 games last year, and I think they're better. But are they 12 wins better? No. I'm taking under 55 for this Rockies squad.
Yeah.
Very disappointing. But you know what? Eventually, they'll climb the mountaintop, and I believe in the Colorado Rockies. Give me your order for the NL West.
Rockies, Diamondbacks, Giants, Padres, Dodgers.
Rockies, Diamondbacks, Giants, Padres, Dodgers. Solid. I agree with you. Look at that. Rockies are winning the division. Book it. We have come full circle here. We've covered 30 MLB teams, Hayden, and I have one more question for you.
Of course.
I need to know who your playoff teams are and who's winning it all.
Jeremy. Oh my God, why?
I can give you your division winners. All I need is wild card.
Wild card.
You've given me the Yankees as your division winner. You've given me the Mets as your division winner. The Brew Crew, the Royals,
the worst possible way.
The M's, and the Dodgers are all here.
Okay. Give me out of the American League East, we're gonna take the Red Sox, and we're going to take the Toronto Blue Jays. Out of the AL East are going to join their Yankees in there. And then we're going to take, we said the Brewers, we said the Dodgers. I mean, the Padres are always in the playoffs. And I think things are going to go really bad for Philly. Let's take the Washington Nationals, baby. And then to win it all, I think it would be really exciting to see the Seattle Mariners take on the Dodgers.
Taking the M's?
To win it all?
To win it all.
Fuck it, why not?
Yeah, why not? Throw it on there. Throw a couple bucks there. Right? Why not? Give us the Mariners. I will give you. I've got the Red Sox winning the AL East. I'll take the Yankees to make the playoffs. I'll take the Blue Jays to make the playoffs as well. Give me the final team in my wild card from the AL. I will take the Guardians, or excuse me, the Royals to make the wild card.
Team?
3 wild card teams.
I only said 2, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Toss the Rangers on there.
Toss the Rangers on there.
Yeah.
Give me your other NL team.
My other NL team,
Yeah.
give me the good looking. You know what will be nice? Send the Phils too.
Send the Phillies. Send the Phillies. Why not? But yeah, I'm taking the Red Sox, Yankees, and Blue Jays out of the AL East. Out of the AL Central, give me the Tigers and the Royals. And out of the AL West, we will be taking the Mariners. In the NL side of things, I'm taking the New York Mets, the Philadelphia Phillies out of the NL East, the Brew Crew, and the Cubs out of the NL Central, and out of the NL West, give me the Dodgers and the Padres. Nice and even Steven in the NL. I'm taking the Dodgers to win it all. I'm being boring. They're going to three-peat. They're very good at baseball. But out of the AL, I think I did this last year too, but I'm going to fall for it again. Give me the Red Sox. I like this Red Sox team too much. I always do. I always will. Give me Boston versus LA, and the West Coast takes a third straight contest against a major East Coast city. The MLB kicks off tomorrow. The Yankees are taking on the San Francisco Giants opening day. Cannot wait. We will be back next month. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for our preview of all 30 MLB teams. We will be back when we get a standings check. The baseball season is back. We are here more than ever. I have been your host, Jeremy Lapidus, joined by my friend and co-host, baseball expert, Hayden Raymer. You got any parting words for the audience here, Hayden, before we get out of here?
Do not take any of this as betting advice. Please do not. Thank you.
Hayden Raymer, words of a baseball expert. Do not listen to what he has to say. Thank you, everybody. Check us out everywhere on the internet. Podcast, all of those platforms. TikTok at @the_Triple Threat Show. Instagram at 3Threat Show _ Twitch at 3Threat Show. And on YouTube at Triple Threat Show. I will be back tomorrow morning talking some baseball with Nolan and Mayrob on the Triple Threat Show as opening day kicks off. Then I will see you then. We will see you for more rounding third next month. And of course, as always, we'll see you at home. Bye-bye.